Hello everyone, I'm going to spend a couple minutes talking to you about the Starburst database system that was developed at IBM's Lohman Research Center in the late 80s. As you probably already know, extensibility is one of the main aspects of the Starburst system. And that was because they wanted to support non-traditional applications and serve as a test bed for diverse research interests in database technology. So they wanted people to be able to customize their system easily. So one of the ways they implemented extensibility was with rules. So basically, a rule provides a high-level and flexible interface for modifying the logic. Important that it should be high-level because it would be easy to implement and flexible for being able to do lots of things. So they used rules in a couple different places. One place was in production rules, which are written by users, and another place is internally in the optimizer. And within there, it was used for query rewrite and for plan optimization. Now, first let's talk a little bit about production rules. Production rule in a database system is something that allows the specification of data manipulation operations that are executed automatically whenever certain events occur. So basically, if condition X occurs, then take action Y. Essentially, that's how the rule works. Jennifer Wiedem in 1996 describes her Starburst active database rule system, and I'm just going to take a little example from her paper to give you an idea of what it looks like, what a rule looks like. So this is kind of a template for how one would create a rule in a database. It's just you just create the rule, give it a name, and say which table the rule is going to operate on. And whenever, say, something's deleted from the table or something's updated, this is when what would go into when triggering operations line. And then you can also make it so that an additional condition is checked whether or not this rule should be triggered. So whenever this condition happens, whenever this operation happens, then an action will be taken. And you can also designate whether or not this rule should be taken before or after any other rule or set of rules. So here's an example. This is a modification on the cascade rule. So happens on an employee table. Basically, all that this does is delete all of the employees under a manager whenever that manager is deleted, and then deletes the department of that manager. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, just because we're sort of limited on time. Jennifer Wiedem also mentions that there are three other systems that are quite close to the Starburst rule system. Those are Ariel, Chimera, and the second version of the Postgres rule system. So I don't know, maybe we'll get to learn a little more about that in the weeks to come. I'm not sure. To go back to the optimization process, part of which the query rewrite is actually very important. Um, I found in a paper written in 1992 uh, that query write's actually pretty important. So um, they said that at the time it was not uncommon for queries to take hours or even days to complete, and the using query rewrite can improve performance by several orders of magnitude. In many cases, convert an overnight query to an interactive one. That's struck me as pretty interesting. So I guess we shouldn't be surprised to find out that the Starburst optimizer was used in later projects such as the DB2 system. So the DB2's SQL compiler is a direct descendant of that of Starburst. Um, I found that one of the co-authors of the paper that we just read, Guy M. Lohman, according to his website on the IBM page and his resume, he invented the cost-based SQL query optimizer. So I looked into it a little bit more, and apparently uh, he is uh, one of those responsible for incorporating the Starburst query compiler into DB2. Universal Database. And IBM's given him a bunch of awards. So in 1992, he got the Outstanding Innovation Award Query for Optimization in Starburst, and in 1996, the same for DB2, and in 97, a Corporate Award for the DB2 Optimizer. So this guy struck me as kind of a important and relevant subject for this presentation. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully shared some interesting facts with you guys. If you want to get more information, I recommend checking out the ACM Digital Library and the IEEE CS Digital Library. And these are the resources that I referenced. Thank you very much.